Hello everyone, my name is Lynn and I'm one of your Cabarrus County Commissioners, and we're here today filming another episode of Out and About, and I have with me Miss Londa Strong. She's the Director of the Active Living in Parks, and today we're going to be doing this video from the Frank Liske Park. Londa, you've been around a long time, with Active Living in Parks, but the park has not always been named Active Living in Parks. So what happened about all of that?
This was around 2012. Management decided that they were going to make some changes throughout the county for cost savings and things like that, and they merged the Department of Aging and Parks and Recreation Department. Trying to not have either one of them's identity, we came up with something that was totally different, and with all of the baby boomers turning 65 and being very active, we thought Active Living in Parks would be a good name to put in with our department.
Well, at one time there might have been a little bit of resentment when that all happened, but I think everybody's pretty well happy now, though, aren't they, Londa, that they've combined it and it all works good?
I think most people are happy now. There were a lot of fears of things that were going to happen, misnomers that somehow, how rumors get started, and there was, you're exactly right, a lot of resentment, but I would say 99.9% of everybody is pretty darn happy right now.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, let's focus just for a minute or two on the park itself, the Frank Liske Park. Can you tell us a little bit about how it got started and a little bit about what goes on out here pretty regular?
Frank Liske Park opened in 1982, June of 1982. This property belongs to the state of North Carolina and is leased. The director at the time of the Parks and Recreation Department, William Cowan, most people around here knew him as Bub, and Mr. Frank Liske were pretty good buddies, and they got this, the land set up in a lease, a 25-year lease for the county to utilize, and Frank was very instrumental. Frank worked at Stonewall Jackson Training School, which this used to be a part of. I think back years ago when they used to farm and had cattle and sheep and all of their crops, and they used this, and the barn that is up on the hill was actually a barn that's been renovated, but actually the barn that they used as their dairy barn. So Frank was very instrumental in getting Cabarrus County these, at the original time it was 172 acres. There's been some property added since for the soccer complex, and it's up to 230 acres.
Wow.
So we dedicated it to him, and because of all of his efforts in getting this for Cabarrus County.
Well, there is no doubt it's a wonderful, I would say it's probably the premier park in Cabarrus County. Obviously we have many, and this is one of the best of all of them. It's huge. It's got a lot of things going on out here. People think about the senior citizens and seniors and all, that it's the old people, But I've been down there quite a lot here lately, and I see people, they don't look all that old to me. So can you tell me a little bit about the senior citizen, the senior center, and that kind of thing?
We do have a lot of people that say they are not old enough to come to the senior center. They might be 90, but they are not old enough to come. They have a misconception of what goes on there. We don't sit in rocking chairs and quilt all day. It is very, very active. There's line dance classes and hula dance classes, and aerobics and fitness classes and personal training group classes. There's a dance every Friday night, every other Saturday night, and I promise you some of those 75-year-olds can outdance a 40-year-old any day. They have a ball, and the senior center isn't just for seniors. Anyone is welcome to come. There's people that are younger, over 18, that are younger, that take the fitness classes, the line dance classes especially, but they can come and use the computers or shoot billiards or whatever's going on. But yeah, there's a lot of people that think they're not old enough to come, but they'd be surprised everything that happens.
Well, that's good, and I can honestly say that when you think about it, and if you've got the information that you just provided me with about parks and about the senior center, when you think of it, active living and parks, active, healthy living, you get that from parks, and then of course at the senior center also. So it's very, very appropriately named, I think. Now, your department of active living in parks, what do you do basically, Londa, in the active living in parks? What is your role?
To ensure that all of the park managers and program managers, that's for the senior centers as well as the parks, are doing what they need to be doing. We have long-range plans. We have a lot of meetings to discuss where we're going, when we're going, and how we're going to get there, and kind of be a leader for them and direct them in what we need to do for the citizens of Cabarrus County. And we do like master plans, so we go out to the community and ask the citizens what they want. It's not just us deciding what we think everybody wants. And it's amazing, over the last 20 years, any of the surveys that we've done, walking trails or greenways have been #1 want for all of the citizens, every survey that we've done.
Well, that's good. Now, another thing, we're talking about master plans and all of that. We're talking about the park that's going to be built in Midland. Can you elaborate a little bit about the Rob Wallace Park?
Yes, Rob Wallace Park. We're very excited about that coming to fruition, and we've had a lot of stumbling blocks along the way with many different things that have happened, and we're finally moving. We have the 150 acres down off of Bethel School Road that will be opening up by the end of this year. Phase 1 will include a shelter, boardwalk, fishing pier, playground, trails, office, restroom, concession building. Rob Wallace has been instrumental in helping us get that property up and going. Mr. Wallace works in Midland, and sold us the property
at a very good price.
At a very, very good price. 6 years ago now, I believe it was. So finally we're getting phase 1 underway, and hopefully by the end of this year it will be open. We have a Park and Recreation Trust Fund grant that we will lose if we don't have it open by the last day of this year.
So it will be open.
Yes, yes, we're working very hard.
Yeah, well, Londa, I've been out there, and it is a beautiful piece of property. It's in a good location. It's at the southern tip of Cabarrus County, and I think when it's completely finished, it will be beautiful. I think the plans for phase 2 and maybe a phase 3, I don't know about that, but we're talking about possibly an aerial park, an aerial facility. Could you mention a little bit about that, what that would entail?
Yes, there are several groups that are interested in putting an aerial adventure park, aerial playground. It has a lot of different names. It's ropes. It's not a zip line, but there are zip lines as part of it. But it's ropes activities from tree to tree to tree. Once you leave the ground and go up into a tree, you don't step down on the ground again until you're at the end of it, and that's anywhere from 30 to 50 minutes depending on how well you can maneuver a lot of the adventures, and it's definitely adventurous. We've been to a few of them to see, and there's rope climbs, and you're belayed in the entire time, so if you fall, you're going to be caught. And you wouldn't go very far at all, but we're looking forward to that and hope that happens.
So you could easily say that would probably be an aerial obstacle course. It would be off the ground.
Yes, it's definitely obstacle course off the ground, and it should be a regional draw as well.
I think so.
There's some zip lines in other areas in Mecklenburg County. I think Iredell County has one at their adventure course, but this will be a different concept, so we're hoping it'll be a nice regional draw.
And then the way the land lays, there might be an amphitheater out there as well.
Yes, down close to there's a 10-acre old rock quarry that is full of water. It's actually beautiful. You can see down at least 20 feet.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful.
Yes, and there's a lay of the land there that overlooks the quarry that we feel like would make a wonderful amphitheater, having the stage over the edge of the pond.
Oh, I think it'll be wonderful. Well, Londa, let me ask you now, going back to Frank Liske Park and maybe some of the other parks as well, can you tell us a little bit about what all is planned for this year? The activities. I know we got the Ducktown coming up sometime soon, and we'll be having another guest with us. Kimberly Strong will be coming in a few minutes, but could you tell us about what's being planned now for the parks in Cabarrus County?
Yes, Frank Liske Park has one of our bigger summer programs is Discovery Day Camp, and that will be starting up right after school is out. It's a 8-week long or 9-week, depending on how many weeks there are between when school's out and when it starts back. Right here at Frank Liske Park, and we have about 100 kids a day for 8 or 9 weeks. You don't have to sign up for all 8 or 9 weeks, which is one of the things that people like, because they like to take vacations and not have to worry about their paying for weeks that they're not going to be there. There's also some half-day camps that deal with education, fitness and nature that will be here as well, and they're at various times throughout the summer. Camp Spencer Park has
another nice park.
Yep, we have the pool that will be opening up Memorial Day weekend, Saturday of Memorial Day. And there's some log rolling classes that we have going on there, and they'll start a little bit before. And it's pretty awesome. Last year was the first year that we had done the log rolling. It's a synthetic log. It's made out of the same material like kayaks and canoes are made out of, and then it's filled with water. Makes it to simulate a real log, and you learn how to do it and how to roll the log, and the exercise benefit of it is like 5 times the value of running a mile for 20 minutes on the log.
Well, that might be a good exercise for the commissioners.
That's right.
That might be a good challenge. What do you think?
I have challenged Mr. Downs before, but so far we haven't had him out there. But we'll have to try.
We may have to put that log rolling challenge out there.
There are cabins and tent sites out at Camp Spencer as well, which are very popular in the summer. They have air conditioning, and so you don't have to worry about all this heat that we'll be having very soon.
Right.
Vietnam Veterans Park has a professional volleyball, outdoor volleyball court there, and we'll be having some tournaments coming up this summer, along with the Cabarrus Veterans Coalition, who is wanting to put a monument in memory of all of the veterans that lost their lives during the Vietnam War. And so we're working with them right now on that, and if that comes about, that'll be toward the end of summer, early fall.
Yeah, well, that's good. Sounds like we're going to have a busy summer, don't it, Londa?
It's always busy. The senior centers are full of things that are going on as well. There's a lot of classes that will be starting up next week for the 3rd session. It's very busy.
Well, Londa, I appreciate you taking a little bit of your time out today on this beautiful morning here at Frank Liske Park to talk with us about active living in park. Thank you. We have a new guest with me now, and this is Miss Kimberly Strong. No relations, I understand. But Kimberly works with the Meals on Wheels, and she's going to talk to us this morning about the Ducktown Adesh that's coming up here real soon. That'll be held here at Frank Liske Park. So, Kimberly, if you'll tell us a little bit about all that.
Sure. The Ducktown Adesh is our 7th year. It's a fundraiser for Cabarrus Meals on Wheels. We deliver meals to homebound seniors and disabled adults throughout the county, and we need to get some funding. So one of the ways we do it is a fundraiser, and we have this great fundraiser, Ducktown Adesh. On June 4th, right here at Frank Liske Park, we will be here in the morning. We'll be down by the pond area, and we set up arts and crafts vendors. There's over 60 arts and crafts vendors. We have food. We have a huge kids zone area that is sponsored by Jeff Gordon's Children's Hospital. The City of Concord Canine Unit will be out doing a demonstration that day. The City of Concord Fire Department comes out and helps us move our little ducks across the pond. We will raise 4,000 of these ducks across the pond of Frank Liske, and the fire department comes out and they bring a little machine for us, a fan, and we can blow them across the pond. And we have great prizes for the Ducktown. We give away about 40 different prizes. We have the first prize is $750, second prize is $500, the third prize is $250, and there are about 37 other prizes, from Great Wolf Lodge to Lazy Five Ranch to the NASCAR Hall of Fame tickets. So it's a great event, and this year we have a grand prize opportunity, which is very exciting for us. Bedmine Family of Dealerships has offered to give everyone a chance to win a new 2016 Chevy Traverse. And it is a great vehicle. All you do is you get your duck and you have that opportunity to win that vehicle. Ducks are $5 for one duck to adopt, or $20 for a quack pack of 5 ducks. And we, as I said, we have a lot of activities going on that day. We will have a mascot race. We have several different mascots, including our duck, which will be out here that day.
Well, that sounds like that's going to be a fun activity, you know. But can you tell us a little bit, Kimberly, about how it actually works? You know, you said they put a number on each duck. You pay $5, and you get a number on the duck, and then you put them in the water, and somehow or another they got to go through a chute or something. You tell us a little bit about that.
So we number all of these little ducks. They're numbered 1 through 4,000. We have 4,000 ducks to raise. And so when you come and you say, I want to adopt a quack pack, and you give me $20, and we write out 5 numbers on a sheet, and you get your little quack pack adoption certificate. And then at noon on June 4th, we'll be down at the lake, and 4,000 ducks will be in there, and they look wonderful in that little pond. And as I said, and they're in between these 2 big booms, so they can't go out into the lake, they can't escape. And the fire department will give us big fans, and we have a couple of people, my husband and another one of our great volunteers, Ross Russo, who will be out there, and they will be herding those ducks along down to, and then we have an ending that they come out of a chute one at a time across the finish line, and then we take each duck as it comes out, we put it in a baggie, and they're labeled so we know which one exactly comes out, first, second, third, fourth, all the way through, so we can give our prizes.
Well, Kimberly, that's going to be a fun event, and I hope that you sell all 5,000 of the ducks, or 4,000 of the ducks, to raise the money for the Cabarrus Meals on Wheels.
Thank you.
Now, one last question for you, and that is, how do people out there that's watching this video here about Out and About, how and where do they get pay for the ducks?
They can go to our website, which is www.cabarrusmow.org. Give us a call at 704-932-3412, or come out to the park that morning, Saturday, June 4th, and we will be selling ducks right up until about 11:45. If there's any left, come on out. You can buy one then, and it is a day of duck rages family fun.
Yeah, well, that sounds like it's going to be a wonderful activity. Kimberly, I appreciate you taking the time to come out and talk with us this morning about this. I hope it's very, very successful for you, and you know, that you get what you need to continue a wonderful program for those that are less fortunate. So I do thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Well, folks, that about wraps it up for this edition of Out and About, and we hope that you all view this and remember the activities and the events coming up, and don't forget to come out to the Ducktown Adesh on June the 4th. Thank you.
If you have suggestions for topics or location that you would like to see on Out and About, please contact us. Our email address is outandabout@cabarruscounty.us.